Salam, shalom, wise Solace speaking. Giving you all a chance to get in here. Hopefully everyone's well. I mean mentally and emotionally. I apologize. I'm slipping today. Now you guys see the title. If anyone has a specific topic that you'd like me to discuss, you can put it in the comments. I don't have anything specific in mind today. I just know a few of you guys wanted me to go live yesterday evening when you get off work. And so, if you have a specific topic you would like me to discuss, like I said, you can put it in the comments. Also visit the website, upscaleknowledge.org. And if you want to contact me, upscaleknowledge@gmail.com. Thank you, Chanel X. Peace and wisdom. Hopefully everybody's in relaxed spirits. Nice and mellow and calm. The dog day. Salam, shalom. I want to say this. I'm not sure if you guys watch Damon Dash. I used to when I was younger. But I want to give him some free consultation. Dog Day said, "You look sad." It's just my face, big baby. I don't laugh all day long. I look sad or regular. Or do you think this is the play channel? I'm just asking. Because a lot of y'all are like this. I mean, a lot of y'all are like that. And so check the, I don't know what that's called, but read through, the thing that lets you know, like, what the channel is about. Read through those things, because a lot of you guys are simple-minded. You have the little emoji thing. Things like that are a little annoying to me, but I'm older, so. Abderrahman Bar said, "Can you speak on Diddy case?" And above that it says, "Can you play Big Big or Randy on YouTube?" Salam, shalom. Yeah, I'm just chilling, Dog Day. I'm older. I don't joke a lot. Once every so often. I'm not a playful person. But I'm not like, Y'all young, I get it. I was young. You get my point? I'm that old schooler. I'll come down there, shuck and jive with y'all for 4-5 minutes, You gotta come check out the youngsters, see what they got going on. They goofy a little bit. You get a little goofy with them. And then I get up on my way, you feel me? Got to keep the mind prime. I like to be around people my age. People that have a sense of humor, that's my age, but mature. Mike Hart said, "You have to check this reggae band called Midnight. Grown folks music." I'll check it out. Dog, they said racist, don't. Just being courteous. Like I said, I'm older. I'm not checking into nothing. I don't want to hurt y'all feelings. So check out that reggae. I'm not checking out anything you guys say. Are y'all serious? Are y'all really serious, man? I'm just being courteous. Yeah, I check that out, Cat Daddy. All right now. Okay, now tell your mama I said hi. Yep. Let me stop, because I know there's people in real life. They like, oh, that's what you oh, that's what you be doing when you be doing that to me? Well, your mother, okay, yeah, I really don't care. You push it. Now, not big on listening to music. If I listen to music, it has a certain emotion to it that I'm trying to tap into. Anything other than that, it's an influence on the mind. So you want to be aware of, the different influences that you put on your mind. If you young, you get my point. That's why I always say my channel for older people. If you young, you gotta do different things than the old. So I'm not holding you to what I do. But now, Abdirman said, can you speak on the Diddy case? I'm not really interested in that, big baby. Salam, though. When it all plays out, however it does, you get my point? It's becoming an old story. Meaning y'all are sitting around waiting for the next person in y'all own race. Then we do this with Keefe D, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. You have to stop, you get it? I'm a little over it. It's like watching y'all help to tear down y'all own. Let people do what they need to do. If you ain't gonna help, ain't no need to get involved in the tearing down. Chanel X said, power of silence. Yeah, silence is a deep thing. I already know if y'all see the names while I'm laughing. Big Dick Johnny. That's one of them old school names. Them old school dudes that be them old school dudes that work on their truck all day long. His best friend howling wolf and shit like that. Silence is the beginnings of hearing. Of course, if you all go into a place of silence, you'll notice how, silence don't exist. But you're gonna hear the scratching. It's the white noise. Can't be saying you love me, big baby, and your name is Big Dick Johnny. I don't know how to take that. Aboriginal Powers said, I gotta get you on the show, bro. Yeah, you do that, cowboy. Mostly y'all got the wrong perspective of me, so you get it? You're gonna aggravate me. I gotta meet most of y'all just on the humble. Other than that, you get my point? Y'all live preconceived notions in the daytime. In that, y'all don't realize how that affects y'all behavior. So, like I said, most of y'all have the wrong perspective of me. I'm a laid back person. I ain't big on a lot of talk. I'm more or less to the point. Next topic. I'd rather speak in action. So like, hold more merit. Now, if you have any specific topic y'all want to discuss, like I said, y'all can comment it now. I'll let y'all control this video. in regards to what I discuss. Things I want to discuss is too deep for y'all, you know. What's the square root of, not jelly bean. What's the square root of love? Now, there's no answer to that, but it sounds really groovy, you feel me? I'm like a poet of phrases. Any of y'all got any good ones? Maybe y'all start something for y'all to get into. What's the square root of a vagina? If you get the vagina, so you solve, you know, you solve that math question, big man. You did that on that math question, big baby. Now, like I said, if y'all have any questions, y'all, not questions, but if y'all have a topic, y'all can ask questions if y'all want as well, but if y'all have a specific topic. Oh, I said I was going to give Dame Dash, if he's listening. He's seeing you all steal my swag ever so often, so, you know, I'm really smooth and things like that. I forgot to start like that. I apologize. Now, Dame Dash. This free consultation for Dame Dash. One of y'all can make sure he gets it. Said our chupacabra is real. Yeah, you gotta watch out for them little midget chicks. They ruthless. I'm laughing at BD Johnny. Now, this is for Dame Dash. And this is for a lot of y'all too. Maybe you got a few pebbles in your roll. Dame Dash has no problems. He's just been put on a path of defense. You can't score when you're playing defense. And so he doesn't realize, even when they're interviewing him, they're dragging him into defending himself. And so you get my point? Jay-Z and all of them, they don't play defense, meaning they're not defending anything he says. They're just doing whatever they do. And so, like I said, he's playing defense. He let them put his mind on a defensive. You can't manifest with the mind. You get it? In defense. In that, whatever good ideas or great ideas and, you know, things he could put together, his mind is on defense. And that is not allowing him to grow. I'm sure Dame Dash sees all the mistakes he made in the past in regards to relationships. He should be a master at that. But it's hard to get there when you're playing defense. And so, you know, Dame Dash just needs to realize that. He gotta wake up every day and just say to himself, I'm beloved. Maybe do that for about a month. Till it's groomed into his mind. That'll help to get the defensiveness out of there. And from there, you know, you get back good. Hugh just said, that's a pretty good hat. Yeah, this is my peasant hat. It's just a do-rag. Chanel X is freaky. My channel is not X-rated. My channel is not X-rated. You guys should check out Chanel X. You can put up your website, love. I don't remember it offhand. I just got the link. I just clicked on it. But put your link up. Y'all can go to her website. Some of y'all freaky like her. Freaky on Tuesdays and Sundays only because those are my off days, you know. No, I'm just playing. You keep throwing me off, BD Johnny, because Johnny is my name. So I like think you trolling me when I see your name. I look like a Johnny. I look like a little Johnny to y'all. A little badass Johnny from up the block. That set somebody goddamn car on fire again. Probably the only person in life. BD Johnny said, I'm sorry, I didn't know your name was Johnny. Probably the only person in life that actually looks like a Johnny. Where once I say it, you like, oh yeah. You do look like a Johnny. You do look like a little badass Johnny from around the corner. Every neighborhood got one of those. They call me Cheese because there's two Johnnies in the neighborhood I grew up with. The other one's like my big bro, so he can have it. He's a legend. All Johnnies is legend. There was 3 Johnnies in my neighborhood actually, but the other one didn't count that much. He was kind of younger. It didn't really matter what his name was. Hey kid, come here. That was his name. Little nigga, get over here. Let me talk to you right quick, man. You got money on you? First and that, yeah, man. Let's get that. I'm just playing. I said I look like a Marcus or a Trey. Blood, I was born. You gotta teach the younger ages. Blood, I'm born in the times where nobody had no name Trey. This ain't Boys in the Hood, man. I'm from the times where you'd actually meet a nigga named Garfield. My boy Garfield. My boy Garfield. His name Garfield. Niggas have real slave names. Like, I'm from them times where your friend has a name that's indiscernible from a slave master. Y'all names is a little more jazzy now, you know? Back in my day, your name was John, Tom, Henry. Y'all know any Henrys? Because I know a few. They should be my age now. Now, we talked about the book of Genesis. Oh, y'all want me to finish talking about who Genesis? That's a really good question, Yaya. I should send you a cash app for that. Put your cash app. Well, don't. I'm broke. I ain't got it. I'm the only nigga in life that'll be, yo, I'm broke. I'm a little fucked up, man. And niggas would be like, blood capping. Not be capping, but that's not the point. I have to test your, yeah, make sure, like, make sure I keep my, oh, you're stingy, huh? I'm gonna make sure I keep my shit to myself. I'm just testing the waters and got you back. I'm that friend. I asked you for $5. You like, I ain't got it. Oh, yeah? Big bro. Like, damn, I was gonna pay your rent for the whole year, but I'm not now. I'm annoying a little bit, right? I'm starting to realize that. It's my splendor, though. Now, let me get to this deep question. Marissa Fry said, can you say hi to me? Tell me how sexy I am. Tell me how sexy I am first, and then this is how I deal with women. Compliment me first. Like, you can do better than that, honey. You can do better than that, honey child. Try one more time. Big gooses, big egos. Go on, say something nice. You gotta make sure the girl, you know, ain't broken and, you know, if she can give you a compliment, then she worthy of a few herself. That's when I hit her with the, yeah, your breasts are, whoo. Those breasts are the best breasts I've ever seen in life, you know. Guinness World. You know, go there and get it. Get that money for those titties. You feel me? Let Let me teach y'all the slang. You don't say feel me. You got to just leave the L off. You feel me? Come on now, get up fucking out of here. Now, let's not in a wise mode. That's when I'm just playing around, you know. Like I said, any woman I deal with, she has to have a sense of humor. She got to be, I like women that wear like business, you know, the little business suit. It's not a skirt, but it's not a dress. It's above the knees, but it's not like past the mid-thigh where you like, damn, if she could just slip a little bit, I'll see her cheek. Not like that, but like mid-thigh. You know, nice business suit, nice heels. Maybe her feet hurt, so she buy a pair of Asic gels or something like that. You know, old school butters, because her feet hurt, so she don't even care. She got some Saucony's up this joint. I like women like that, you know. Clean. They keep themselves nice and neat and clean. And they talk with mad ear like, you want to come over and scratch? Making up dumb shit. I got a scratch on my bed. You want to come over here and look at it? Yep, sure do. Be over there in a second. Now, let me get to the good question. Yaya said, can you please explain who the dweller is in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth and clarity on the hell hounds and them chasing Thoth as he evades them? Two different parts of the book. Let's start with the dweller. If you understand, the egg cell is the beginnings of physical life. It's also the beginnings of the physical body, meaning y'all can't see nothing in physical life if y'all do not have a body. So look at the egg cell as like the primordial world, the primordial body. Now, of course, consciousness. View consciousness as God. God sleeps, meaning y'all have a consciousness. It goes on and off. Sometimes y'all are unconscious, sometimes y'all are conscious. Forget the person, but just look at that aspect. Consciousness and unconsciousness and how it's one thing kind of arise and set. When it's speaking of the dweller awakening out of his aguanti, they're using words to describe that. So it's like if I told you, before there were any physical bodies or physical places, both coinciding. Look at the body as a physical place. Before there were any physical bodies, in the whole existence, which would be a physical place or physical body, was manifesting or becoming. So you have the rise and setting conscious in it. But before birth, you can say that consciousness is just sleep. You don't have to just focus on that part. I'm just giving you an understanding of the rise and setting consciousness. Unconsciousness and consciousness that, you know, y'all are all familiar with through self. But I'm not necessarily explaining the self. Now, the dweller being asleep in his aguanti and waking up and racing through the halls of Amenti is speaking like that. The whole universe we're in has a night and a day, or a darkness, or unconsciousness, and an awake. So they teach this in the Far East as well, meaning when Brahma goes to sleep, this is the ends of existence. But you get my point? 12 hours of Brahma's night, if you understand Brahma being a universe, way higher level of existence. A whole lifetime ain't nothing but a blink of a second for a universe. So you get my point? A night of Brahma may be like 1,000,000 years, but those million years will be the setting and dying of all in existence. And Brahma's awakening will be, life manifesting back again. And so, when it's speaking of the dweller, it's speaking of God in the perspective that God is consciousness. And you can say we are all a piece, our respect of that consciousness in our own, space. Now, you said the hellhounds. If that's not clear, let me know. But that's who the dweller is. It's like to say God, or that unconscious consciousness aspect of self. The night and day of self. Remember, y'all don't control consciousness or unconsciousness. See, a lot of y'all minds ain't deep enough. I gotta bring you all the way through. I can't just answer it quick for y'all. Y'all don't control when y'all going up to the darkness. Y'all don't control when y'all wake up physically, and y'all don't control when y'all go into the dream space. Y'all are brought and put into these spaces, but y'all don't know by who. You get my point? Now, when y'all die, you can't say where you're going to be brought, just like you can't claim to be responsible for waking up and going into unconsciousness or the darkness. Meaning, as a mind and awareness, y'all awake right now and aware. This evening, y'all gonna be in the darkness. While y'all in that darkness or unconsciousness, y'all may be snatched out and placed into the dream realms. Wherever you find yourself in dream, you get my point? You didn't control none of that. You didn't wake up, hop in the car, and be like, all right, I'm gonna go. You just woke up wherever you were in dream space. When you pushed into the darkness or unconsciousness, you have no control of how you got there. If you're getting out, same with dream. Y'all are just pulled out of dream and y'all are thrown into it. And the same with awake. Y'all take awake for granted, but truly y'all are just thrown into it. Meaning y'all pop up awake and y'all be like, oh, fell asleep. I'm saying that so you can see there's a hidden hand that controls where y'all end up. Or in perspective, y'all unconsciousness and y'all consciousness is not truly y'all's to claim. But y'all are just placed in one or the other for a time. Every day, repeatedly. Hopefully at some point y'all grasp that lesson. Meaning anything that happens to you repeatedly in physical life, it's a lesson from, I don't want to use the word God, because, I tell y'all that word represents the devil, but that's the God over this physical plane. All the gods y'all have that y'all found here. The devil. But, let's say the glory. Let's use that word for God. Everything you see in nature that's a repeating thing that you experience daily, like going to sleep and waking up, seeing the sun rise and set. These is lessons from life. Something that you must learn from that. How deep you learn or how much you grasp out of the repeated lesson, well, you should get more and more out of it the more you go through it. And so, that's the dweller. Or you can say God in perspective within self. Not necessarily the places, like unconscious and conscious, but what is controlling the orders and where one ends up. Unless y'all about to tell me y'all control when y'all go in a dream and where y'all go when y'all go in a dream and what time y'all wake up, and you get it? We not speaking alarms. You can set an alarm all you want. You ain't definite to wake up, period. If you that confident, well then, when you go to sleep tonight, be like, I'm positive I'm gonna wake up in the morning and no force in life, whatever God solace is talking about, cannot stop me from waking up in the morning. Now, none of y'all will do that. Because y'all know y'all have no control over that. And so this is where understanding God starts, with self. And that darkness and that light are that unconsciousness and consciousness. Okay, yeah, city grass. And so like I said, y'all worship y'all gods, that y'all found here in the physical planes. Only God you can find in the physical is the devil. It's just being names that I'm using for the darkness and the light. Meaning, we live inside of all of the darkness, the dark cosmic space. This is our reality. Oh my God. Like I said, that's our reality. Meaning any physical thing or place or plane you know of in this universe, it's in that dark cosmic space. So in perspective, we're in the night, where the days are, the awareness, the consciousness, the light, but in the darkness. And so we have to transcend that darkness within. You have no control over the darkness outside of self, but that unconsciousness that, overtakes you, you have control over that, or you have the potential to transcend that into an awareness. So you see how you're awake now? Physically aware, physically awake. Then you have unconsciousness, and then you have the dream state conscious. You have two awakes. Physical awake and dream awake. And then you have one that's nothing, or darkness, none. Ancient Egypt. Look at it like that. You gotta turn that one into awareness, just like the other two. No darkness. All light. All awareness. Now, in regards to, that's to answer the dweller part. In regards to the other part, thank you, yeah. Says you'll give back when you are able to. Salam. You said, you asked the question about the hellhounds and them chasing Thoth as he evades them. This is speaking of like thought. Thoth is thought. So look at yourself. Use yourself as an example. Your consciousness or your thinking mind. This is you as a person. Let's say when you're dead out the body, in perspective, it's like in the body. So in your body, you have an unconsciousness. It overtakes you. Let's say that darkness or outer space ain't no different than that. It will overtake you. Now let's say you say, man, I want to go. Look at it when you fall into unconsciousness. You're sinking low, 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 or you're going beyond the boundary lines. So like you'll sleep 8 hours of a night, let's say, and you're just drifting into darkness. Unconsciousness, going deeper and deeper. When you get too close to the other side, look at it like that. You have an unconsciousness and then a physical awakeness. Let's say on the other side of that unconsciousness, you have a real, true awakeness. And so when you fall into unconsciousness, you're getting too close to that side. You're snatched into awake. This is when y'all pop up awake. It's explaining that aspect of self. The hellhounds in perspective are chasing y'all soul back to its vessel. And that you pop up. Kind of like that. Now, in the physical vessel, you get my point? When you're in the unconsciousness, you are unconscious. But when you don't have a body, do you get my point? The soul or the awareness can go beyond the vessel just like your eyesight can. Meaning, the soul doesn't have to leave the body for it to roam beyond it. The soul being the consciousness, the awareness. Use your eyesight as an example. Your eyes is not leaving, or your sight is not leaving your body. but it does have the ability to go beyond it. You get my point? Meaning y'all can see far in front of yourselves. Y'all can project y'all sight out beyond the vessel. Think of it like that. When you're dead, that sight is your soul. And it can still go beyond the vessel, but of course it's going backwards now. So this is why when people die, they be like, I saw myself. You get it? Meaning y'all ain't dead, so y'all see out. Dead is in. The awareness that you have, it projects out still, but just backwards. Like, so you can see yourself, like, beyond the physical, your ugly ways and things. Does that make sense? But that's what the hellhounds are. The force that pushes y'all back into awake. Because y'all are roaming too deep in y'all unconsciousness. Aguanti, as it's pronounced in the Emerald Tablets of Thought. Yeah, that's why when most people wake up, for the most part, even if you wake up and don't open your eyes and just kind of dwell there, you get my point? Your waking back up it's a flash. And so, like I said, when you're dead, just look at it like that. The same way when you're in physical life, you fall into the darkness or unconsciousness, baby death. You still have the ability to roam. Meaning, when y'all are in unconscious sleep, y'all minds still have the ability to wake up and move about in that darkness. We speak in dream. Dream is in unconsciousness or the darkness. So y'all are able to still roam in the darkness as a soul. When you're unconscious, your body is not involved in anything. It's just all soul, consciousness. Use physical life to understand the after it. And so in that same way, the awareness when you're dead, which is like big unconsciousness or big sleep, the soul still has the ability to roam, or the mind. And that be chased back to his body. So think like ancient Egyptian science when it shows you the little bird with the ak flying away from the body. That's explaining like the awareness or the consciousness even after death still going and coming back. The same way y'all do in physical life. The awareness that y'all are, it kind of goes and the body goes out. And then you get it, it comes back. Like I said, the awareness or the soul can go beyond the body, like the eyesight. Of course, your soul is bound to your body now when you're going into sleep. You're going into the darkness within self. It being a micro reflection of, you get it? The dark outer cosmic, the dark cosmic space, the outer. And so the Emerald Tablets of Thought is a deep book, but you have to have a certain understanding, like, of self. It's explaining self, but it's using words y'all ain't familiar with, words from its own time. So to describe things that truly have no word. If I ask y'all, what's the going eyesight called? Meaning your eyesight projecting out, and then you have your eyesight projecting in. This is when y'all getting tired and y'all start, coming in. What's the different names between those? You got no name. Like that. So they're using words to describe things that don't necessarily have a name, or they have a name now, but we don't use that name. So it's like I tell y'all, everything have to do with self. So you can learn all the religions you want. But everything boils you back to self. So you have to grasp the aspects of self, begin to learn from nature. Like I said, you have things being shown to you repeatedly every day by life. You're going into unconscious sleep and waking up is one. If y'all lived out on the land, y'all seeing the tide come in and the tide go out, this is another. So on and so forth. But you get many daily lessons. And you have things that come in seasons. Repeatedly, though, these are all lessons. Seasonal lessons, daily lessons, hourly lessons, meaning you have lessons coming to you from life directly. You have to just become aware and grasp what it's explaining. Meaning every day y'all fall into y'all unconsciousness, and every day y'all are taken out of it and given new life again. You know, that's a lesson for something that you have to do when you die. Meaning when y'all are dead, y'all have to raise yourselves out of your own darkness. View it as no different than you wake up every day. But you wake up every day, it ain't in your control. But there's a lot that happens in the day, there's a lot that happens in the life. You learn from those things. Peace and wisdom, Yaya. Thank you for checking whoever's on full time. And so, y'all experience a thing called orgasm. Of course, from orgasm, you get seminal fluid. This is the beginnings of life. Meaning male or female, we all started as seminal fluid from our fathers. And it's a result of them orgasming. And so wherever the realm of orgasm is, this is where brand new souls is coming from, or being ejaculated out into the womb of a woman, where the XLR body is. And so you grasp. Orgasm is how you wake up. But that might be a little too deep for most of y'all to grasp. Meaning when y'all die, y'all will be in y'all darkness. Or the darkness, no different than every day. You fall asleep, you go into your darkness. It's not a matter for you to be scared of. You go through this every day. It's a lesson. If you don't learn, then you just be lost in the darkness. But if you learn the lessons, meaning the lessons coming from life, orgasm is the answer. For like when the soul is dead, how do they escape that darkness? They have to wake up, become conscious. Or orgasm. Remember, y'all orgasm in y'all sleep sometime, but you don't have your body in the dream or wherever you are as a mind. Meaning orgasming doesn't have anything to do with the body. It is released through the body, but the body isn't orgasming. The body doesn't do nothing. The body doesn't even breathe. The soul is breathing in and out, not the body. You get my point? The body don't see nothing, the soul see. When the body perish, it don't have no breathing and none of that. That part. Soul gone. And so look at it like that. Are disconnected. But there's a cutoff. And so I'm saying that so you can grasp when you die, you still have all the abilities or attributes you do now, like orgasming. But this is not a matter of fluid coming from you. This is a matter of you as a consciousness rejected from that darkness. Souls come into the physical life by orgasm. So look at coming as twofold, like the tide. You got the tide that come and you got the tide that go. Same tide though. Most of what we do, most of what we believe is motivated by death. Yeah, y'all serve death and the darkness. This is what all religions kind of get y'all to worship. So Islam has the crescent moon. That represents nighttime, you know, the night star. Crescent moon with the star next to it. That's night star. Islam worships the death or the unconsciousness, the darkness. And it speaks in a threatening manner, like a chastising manner if you ever read the Quran. So the Quran is written like the darkness speaking to y'all. Like y'all haven't been good in the light, so this is what's gonna happen. Orgasm ain't have nothing to do with the physical, so you're trying to understand it and I guess accomplish it in the physical. Orgasm have to do with love, meaning y'all penis ain't getting hard and y'all ain't busting no nuts if y'all mind ain't at a certain place of peace. Niggas busting guns at you and you all nervous and you living on survival for every moment. You get my point. There's no desire to feel sexy. There's no desire to bust no nuts. Meaning if you ain't got a little bit of peace with you, the desire ain't even there. If you are bitter and angry, you have no desire to even lay with no one. And so you get my point? When y'all die, if the soul is all bitter and angry and in chaos because it doesn't understand the conditions it's in, and it still ain't come to terms with a lot of the conditions it went through in physical life, you got to be full of love and peace when you depart. In that, do you get it? Orgasm has to do with positive energies and feelings, and so the soul has to be ecstatic with the joy. Look at orgasming as orgasm is the most pleasurable feeling in existence. No one will tell you otherwise. It's quick and short, but it's the most pleasurable thing you will ever experience. Look at all the joy, love, and happiness that you ever can imagine. Meaning any aspect of love, joy, happiness, any extremely positive emotion. If you took all of them, merged them into one, do you get it? You will become overwhelmed with joy type of thing. It's too much. You orgasm like that. Y'all become so overwhelmed with all the positive energies. You explode. Now, as a soul, look at it the same way. If you're in your darkness or your death and you're full of love, happiness, joy, pure understanding of things, and you just burst out of the darkness or transcended, so to say. It's not being a physical orgasm, but more of a spiritual one where you transcend that darkness. And so we have meditations and things like that that can be done now in the physical to prep you for it. But everyone's where they are on their path of understanding. Chanel said agreed tantric practices prove that orgasm isn't physical, it's mental. The orgasm is a mental thing. It comes out of the physical though, but it's a feeling. Some people get to a place in their tantric meditations where they have the ability to, reach orgasm without sex or without action. Now y'all masturbate or have sex to release. They on dream time, like how y'all be in dream and just ejaculate. You wake up all messed up, like I slime myself. Some of y'all that's young, you had your first wet dream, woke up all scared. I slimed myself. Put it on your face. I'm sorry. I went a little far. I'm sorry. If there's any young people in here, don't put it on your face. Can you imagine that? You got a nut all on his eyelash. I slime myself. What is this? Oh my God, I have to get it together. It's going to be my grandson in a few years. He's going to start busting them nuts in about 10. And 8 years he might be busting them. What time do boys start busting nuts? Like 13, 14? 10 years he gonna be busting them things. I'm gonna have to sit him down and explain this to him. Don't slime yourself. Don't slime yourself, slime women, you know, Ghostbusters, that's what you are. That's your Ghostbuster gun. And hit it with them demons. Ah! It's a deep thing. That's why orgasm feels so good to men. You get them demons up out of them. Woo! Wow! God damn, man. You drop that all off in the woman. Woo! The next thing you know, her stomach hurt. Oh. Oh. This is like the first persons in life that had sex and got pregnant. They write about this in the Book of Jubilees. Or was it the Book of Thomas? I think it was the Book of Jubilees. I got a lot of biblical creation stories of the first time. They have one with Adam and Eve, and the first time, you know, they ate and then had to take a shit. And they were scared. They thought they sinned because they ate. Remember, eating is taking life, whether you're talking vegetable, animal, whatever. So imagine if you kicked out of heaven or a place where you don't have any physical desires, and then you do. And so now you're like, my stomach hurt. What are we supposed to do? And then you eat life, and then you like, oh man, my stomach hurt even worse now. But you got shit, that's all. But you get it? All this new to you. You panicking. So there's a book that explains Adam and Eve's story from that perspective, like their first experiences. In that, y'all will have a better perspective to grasp, like, okay, I see like the punishment of our sins, every aspect of it. When we eat, you get it? We got to shit that out. It's a little discomforting. And you get my point? It's all balanced out. And so, what was I speaking of? I forgot. I'm always speaking of sliming yourselves. But, I forgot where I was. But in regards to orgasm, it's not a physical thing. It's an emotional thing, an emotional eruption, but of the positive things. It's like I told y'all, when man orgasm, he's just transcending all the mucus or negativities in himself, transcending it or washing it white. Seminal fluid look just like mucus, you know, phlegm. Spit up phlegm, it's all brown and green and thick. And that's, you know, virus, disgustingness. Seminal fluid no different. It got its little viruses in it. You know, sperm cells. They take egg cells as hosts. You know, alienation shit. But and this is y'all realities, meaning y'all stole bodies. In physical life, because you stole a body, big baby. You know, you're a body snatcher. It's a deep thing. A germ. Now, where was that? Orgasm. It's a matter of the emotional state. Like I said, men transcend their mucus or their negativity when they orgasm. Of course, if they do it too much, it's like flushing a toilet bowl too much. You're lacking. But if you're a man, you should be able to grasp that. If you're on the right schedule with your ejaculations, not overly ejaculating, you know, every day, every week, whatever. So that's your key to health. Meaning men build up negativity within. Sperm cells as well. Mucus as well. Of course, what doesn't come out the nose and things like that. We're talking about, you gotta remember, seminal fluid got sperm cells in it, white blood cells. White blood cells is what fight off, you know, germs. So you get it? There's a war inside that seminal fluid. The white blood cells is getting it in with the sperm cells. But, and that's where all that, it was a war in heaven, and you know, Satan got kicked out with the third and all that. But, I'm saying that so you can grasp seminal fluid is just mucus transcended and then ejected from the vessel. And that, after a man busts a good nut, then he be feeling like a little positive and got rid of his negativities and dropped it off in a woman. Some of y'all a sock, I wouldn't know, the floor, wherever. but you feel a little better. Now you drop it off in a woman, so you get it. A few months or so later, a month or two later, her stomach's hurting. You drop them demons off in there, and they in there causing havoc. So that's the trade. If you want to ever wonder why women got so much of an attitude problem, we be pushing our germs off. We be pushing our germ cells off into them. You know, the demons. Mostly like something said, can you break a window? Violence isn't the answer, my child. Two hostilities. Two hostilities. No, that's not how you say it, but I speak how I want. Too hostile, my child. Too much hostilities. Get it together. Where does the orgasmic language come from? I don't know what that means, but I know like orgasm and all that is silent. Sound have to do with the physical. So it's silent in heaven. Everybody knows already. Heaven is like the beginning. Like I said, all souls come from heaven. Just like all spirits, all people that you see, they came from orgasm. And that now you know, like, oh, heaven is orgasm. The land of bliss and pleasures. If you ever wondered, like, where is heaven in real life? It's on the other side of that place called orgasm. You get my point? That's where all the new spirits is coming from. Sperm cell get egg cell thing, you know, seminal fluid. That's coming from Nirvana. Nirvana is the land of bliss. That's orgasm. It's the only thing y'all know that is blissful. So, look at it like that. Everybody comes from orgasm. Orgasm being Nirvana or heaven. So, y'all came. Y'all must find y'all way back. This having to do with the same way you came. Meaning somebody orgasmed you out. Next go around, you gotta orgasm your own self back. The comings and the goings, it's a deep thing. Chanel X said, oh, maybe I'm getting too deep. Nah, you just gotta explain whatever you're talking about. As in not able to speak language. I'm not sure what y'all have like phrases. But like whatever y'all speaking about, simple layman's terms. You get my point? Like y'all got slang where, let's say you young, you got your own slang that y'all use in the day. Somebody my age might not know that slang. So they like, what exactly are you saying? Like in regular tongue. That's what I mean when I say like, when you say where does orgasmic language come from? I mean like, that sound like more like a phrase. But in layman's terms, like, are we speaking real language? What are we talking about? She said, I'll call you about it. Indeed, salam, shalom. Hopefully y'all don't get offended. Meaning, it could be something to what you're saying. I just got to be clear on what you're saying. Like I said, the young got their own slang. I don't be knowing what they're talking about sometimes. That don't mean they don't know what they're talking about. They got to explain it in regular middle ground terms. This means that. Sex have to do with the beginnings of life. So like, this is where creation stories start in regards to the whole universe or an individual. It all starts there. Book of Wall Street said, why do we continue with horrific farming practices if we know it's destroying the environment quickly? I'm not sure what you're talking about. The farming practices you're talking about. Y'all be lost into a lot of things y'all hear online. And don't have nothing to do with reality though. I don't think I missed anything. Now, whatever I missed, I can't find it. So if y'all have any other topic, let me know. Does life have a sense of abandonment, being that dying and death is inevitable? Y'all abandoned from yourselves, so you have to have you in that. How can you be abandoned? It's like an adult saying, I'm abandoned. You have to have yourself in that. You get my point? Become mature, make the right decisions, have the right people around you. Then what are we talking about in regards to abandonment? And so I'm getting you to grasp everyone has to become that higher glory that they're looking for, whether it be a parent, a big homie, a mentor, a God, whatever. You have to grow into that for self, where you make the right decisions and you get it, you know. Otherwise, you're just gonna be a dependent soul, basically a baby soul. True, Chris said, what happens if one orgasms back into Nirvana? Are they awake forever? You are awake, stuck in the opposite. All is just a becoming or a knowing. It's the simplest way I can explain it to some of y'all. I'm saying it that way because your question will make no sense, but I know it makes sense to you. And so, I'm saying that because you're speaking like physical orgasm, and you get it? I'm using these words so y'all can grasp what I'm speaking about. Not so y'all get lost in, you get my point? That's why I said the mind have to be mature enough. Y'all still have simple-minded ideals and dumb belief systems. Fucks up the reality of the brain. Got black women as gods and Santa Clauses as gods and all kind of dumb ideals and that. If the mind can fall into them stupid ideals, not stupid, but you get it? When you mature, that sounds completely dumb. You have a God in the sky, you have a God that's gonna save y'all and all of this weird little kid story. You get it? The mind has to mature, but you figure if the mind can get caught into that, what I'm speaking about is way beyond the intellect of a person. That's why I said though women that believe the black woman is God, they just limiting their mind. They making it where you can't connect with them beyond the physical. There's no male and female until you get to the physical. That's a physical body thing. If I'm a mind and you're a mind, you could be a woman. You're like, I'm a woman. What does that mean if we don't have no body? If I'm a thinking soul or a thinking mind, and you are, we're just moving about in existence. What is male and female? God is a woman. God's the last, he's the ending. He's the end of the road, bro. And so I'm giving y'all them examples so y'all can see. Y'all still lost in the little kid things. Like, You get my point? Some of y'all think like Jesus is gonna fly through like Superman, but if I ask a Christian, how do you imagine Jesus coming back? You gonna get a whole. If you mature enough, you gonna be like, oh yeah, I get what he mean. The religion couldn't have been talking about that. That's a whole damn movie. You feel me? Y'all too going off reality. Most of y'all probably view it like that. Superman gonna fly through the sky like, I mean, Jesus gonna fly through the sky like Superman and raise y'all out the dead and weird shit. Blood is a whole magician. He gonna be like Diddy was last night, cause y'all know Diddy up in the clubs. I seen Diddy in the club, my nigga, overseas with Russell Simmons. He was doing a brucka. What is Diddy doing? Don't he know the feds? Don't blood know the feds is after him? Russell Simmons was on his head doing yoga. They together. This nigga Diddy dancing and shit. Russell Simmons doing yoga. Cops looking for both of them. Oh, them people looking for both of them. You better know that. Now, where was I? Y'all still serve the beliefs and ideals of the world. Things that don't have nothing to do with y'all. In that, you get it, you can't serve two masters. Y'all minds have those blocks and things in it. In that, y'all can't get to a place of God thought. So if I'm extremely wise to you, it's because of that. Go beyond where y'all limits are. Y'all limits being y'all false ideals and stuff y'all picked up in the world. You know, the hearsay that y'all heard. And so most of y'all, you know, say Jesus is gonna come back, and you know, y'all have superhero stories. All the wrong understanding of these stories that y'all have personified and made a movie out of. So the way a Christian understands Jesus is a movie, dog. The real life understanding is more like a science, a true happenings that you can always see in life. You get it? In real life, I say, man, Jesus ain't Jesus. He the YHWH. And this is how he raised up the souls out the dead and blah, 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 blah. And let me show you. Then I could take you to science, show you like that's sperm cells. When a person orgasm, you know, the seminal fluid comes out of the prostate and it yokes up all them sperm cells up out the balls, giving them new life, new awareness, and you get it? It takes them to a new heaven and earth. That's a new body. The exhale. We show you what happened in the real life on any level of existence. Comet getting the moon, same thing. And so you get my point? And speaking of that, meaning God is whatever's on the other side of orgasm. And the white yolk that's coming from orgasm is just the spirit of God, you know, bleeding through. The Son of God in perspective. You know, like I said, y'all have all these things personified. And they have to do with persons, but interfering with y'all understanding. I mean, most of y'all, well, everybody you see was Jesus already. The Son of God manifested forth from the Father. Meaning y'all was all ejaculated out of y'all fathers into y'all mothers. Whether you're a man or a woman, your father ejaculated you out. You raised up them sperm cells out of his balls. You just being a substance at that point in time. A spirit. Seminal fluid. You raised them sperm cells up out of his balls. Those are the fallen. And you get it? You brought them to a new heaven and earth. That's a new body, and you are the God of that body. And this was you as the Christ coming. Now when y'all die, so you get it? Y'all will get to see what it's like to be the other side, you know, the fallen shit that gets raised up. But it's all the happenings of life. said, when after death do we get sent to work off our sins? It's a dual side coin, child. Life and death, one of the same. You niggas are working now. I'll pay that rent fit. Wake up tomorrow and you go clock in and do your slavery. Been working since you was a kid. Don't work till you die. Said after death, Solace, do we have to work off our sins? Got everything reversed. You're in death, child. That's why everything around you is dying. That's why you're working right now. I say, Solace, I'm tired of working. Where can I go live for free? Nowhere, child. Welcome to hell. Get back to work. I'm not being funny. Y'all just not aware. Y'all not aware that y'all in hell already. It's deep. Dying and going into the darkness, that's just the last stage, my boy. But this is how souls make it in hell. You don't even understand where they at in that. You get my point. A boat just crashed into a bridge and people died, but nobody understands. Little kids are killing each other, but no one understands. You know why? Because everybody's working off their debt. Sins. But y'all don't listen. It's a deep thing. Try and grasp. Mind has to be freed in the physical. Emotional state too. All starts there. Well, you can start wherever you want, but you get my point. A lot of souls in hell right now. Working off y'all debt. Otherwise, you tell me, why do you have to wake up every day and go to work? And where's the place where you don't have to do that? Where's the place on earth y'all can go where y'all don't have to work to live? No way. There's a way, it's through unity, but y'all don't listen when I be explaining deep things to y'all, and I don't be feeling like repeating myself over and over. I'm in hell for a different reason. That's why I just sit around and talk to y'all all day. But I'm not actually slaving. I'm not working off any sins if you pay attention. I'm just here to get you through, child. Awareness. Otherwise you'd be in hell forever. Working off sins forever. Sins is dead. You know. Debt is guilt. And so you get my point? Don't add any guilt to self. Will manifest into the physical as debt. Then you have to work. So don't die guilty. Don't do things to make yourself guilty. Hopefully this is clear to some of y'all. Some of y'all probably lost, but whatever you heard about hell, you're experiencing it now. You just not listening, not paying attention. If a person reaches true awake, if a person reaches the true awake side, would that person stay in true awake forever or eventually fall again into samsara? Having repeat the whole lesson. Wake up. And you spend your time awake. Eventually you fall in unconsciousness, the darkness. Every aspect of your life explains whatever question you have of the after it. And you say, Solace, man, if we come into heaven or awake, do we stay there forever? We don't stay there forever in your day, but a day is like a short example of eternity. So be awake for eternity. And then there's the opposite of awake eternity, which is forever darkness. Meaning awake is eternal and darkness is too. And lucky for you, your ass get to flip-flop between the two. For as long as you need to. Simple. You have darkness and light, all awake and unconscious. Like I said, y'all flip-flopping between the two as y'all need to. Whether y'all in physical life, dead, whatever. It's always the same story. You're stuck in limbo, meaning you're indecisive. If you like the darkness or the light. So, man finds himself ping-ponging in between the two for eternity. That's samsara. The lands of death, where you just die because you don't want to come to terms with things. That makes sense? Meaning whatever y'all experienced in physical life, it already told y'all the answer to whatever question y'all have in the after. But y'all don't learn from life, are the servant of it. Y'all learn from fools and books who don't know who the author of the book is, and you get it? Y'all learn from hearsay, not sources. I'm a source of nature, a servant of it. And so nature is the lessons coming directly from the glory. And so you have to learn. Or at least listen. Learn to listen. And so you will be awake, you will not be, until you eventually transcend into place where you're no longer the experiencer, but you are the place that experience happens in. Still being aware, still being you, but like I said, you need a physical example. Woman's belly, she's place. Life is there. She's gonna get kicked out of her heaven, but for the meanwhile, the life is in the belly of the woman, and she's her own life, and is good there with God. You got to worry about food and none of that. Follow? You don't have to worry about water or food when you with God. All working to get it. So the baby lays in the belly just chilling all day, getting good food, good drinks, all on the mother. Makes sense? So every aspect of life teach you. Heaven is like that. But like I said, you have to become above the duality. In that both sides can serve you, which is the whole. You follow? When it says make thine eye one. It's speaking like that. You have a left and a right eye. You have nighttime and daytime. You have the left side of the street and the right side. You got all them opposites, just like your goddamn eye. Make the opposites one. Meaning the opposites serve a whole. Nighttime and daytime, and they serve that whole day. The tide comes, the tide goes. It serves the flow. In that, if I say, well, which one should we take away, night or day? You'll say neither. If you take away either half, then you don't have the whole anymore. The point. You follow? The one thing served the other thing to serve the whole. Y'all lost in the sides. Some of y'all like daytime, some of y'all like nighttime more. Nighttime is the soil for daytime to emerge out of. Death is the soil for life to emerge out of. So you have to learn to love death. It's like your stickies. And the way out. It's a deep thing. I'm divine. I don't, if you knew, I'm just letting you know that. I like how religions have prophets. I'm not a prophet, but that's a lesser thing. But very important thing in life. Not physical life, life. Y'all will see me again when you die. Some of y'all say, I seen you in my dream, Solace. Don't worry about that. Worry about when you die. And to seeing me then. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being dead and hearing? Oh, I told them. Why? Some of y'all gonna be happy. Yes, that's Solace. I know we know something. Like that. That's how life works. You don't want to say I'm the wisest person alive, but when you're in the darkness and if you hear me, you're gonna be like, I know he knows something. He always knew something. But I'm not gonna tell you anything because I can't. Death is silent. Death is silent, child. I can't teach you in death. Sorry. You should have been listening in life. I just stare at you. Everything I just said is true. I'm not sure why it don't sound like truth to you. I'll say it again. I can't teach y'all when y'all die because death is silent. It's like the library, big baby, no speaking. Everybody has to teach themselves in the library. So make sure you learn now while I can talk to you. It's a deep thing, salam. Wisest said, could the hidden hand be you? No, I'm not God. The glory. I'm a servant. Don't ever confuse that. What y'all looking to worship, do right by and be right by is way beyond me, champ. Like I said, I'm a servant of, but it's unimportant. But no, I'm not God. You don't have to. I'm y'all further along. But that's it. I'm up the road. Y'all down the block. But you have to learn from the hidden hand. How the earth is brought together and you get rain or water, which is substance. This being an aspect of your own being. And everything you need is already with self, but you have to learn from true God or the hidden hand, like you put it. Well, I know you got that from me, but the hidden hand, as I put it, you have to learn from God. Like I said, a lot of y'all have to come out in nature and learn directly like that from me until you get the hang of it yourself. This is why y'all have to, I'm saying y'all have to get land for a school, because I'm not going that route again. But that's the only way y'all can learn. Y'all can't learn just being in y'all Babylons all day listening. I wouldn't have to say none of this if we were sitting by the river. You would see the tide coming in, going out. The next morning, you like, damn, the tide must have came in because it's mad shit on shore. So then you understand the Bashir, good news, glad tidings, the coming and the going. That's drought. So you got good news and bad news. And abundance and drought. But all starts with self. Learn directly from the nature that's outside of you, as well as the natures within yourself. You're going into unconscious sleep and waking up. This is a nature or aspect of self. You have to learn from it. You're breathing in and out. This is an extension or the source of that unconscious and awake that you have. You have to learn that. Meaning the inhale and exhale. The inhale is unconscious. The exhale is like the awareness or the sight projecting and leaving. Y'all breath goes, just like when y'all become aware, y'all sight goes. But the breath is always drawn back. The awareness or sight is always drawn back. And that the unconscious and awake is like a longer macro aspect of inhale, exhale. You get it? Inhale, exhale is the smallest aspect or instant of awake and going unconscious. If you're lost, person dies, breath goes, and so does their awareness. Like that. People don't die on the inhale. They die on the going. And so look at it like that. Inhale, exhale. Unconscious, conscious. The inhale, exhale are the pulsating soul evolves into that. Meaning the soul is blinking airs going in and out. When it's in the body, so the body calls it breathing, but the soul doesn't breathe. It's just a bubble of air. It pulsates in and out. That's the breath. The Atman in Hinduism. That's why they call it the breath. Not to say like you're breathing. You're not breathing in air and blowing air out. Your soul pulsates in that way, in that the body just sucks in. Has no choice. The heart beats because the soul is pulsating in that way. The soul is the heirs of self. You get my point? So your breath is air. Your unconsciousness and your consciousness is not a physical thing you could put in my hand. It's like air. Unseen thing. Like that. You got many natures or aspects of yourself, from micro to macro, to explain a lesson to you. So most don't learn. Now listen to false teachers. False teachers is the people that's in religions. You know, the people that don't know what they talking about. You don't ever have to question who don't know what they talking about. And it won't make sense to you either, unless you scramble around it. Then you can make anything make sense. Said, knowing an aspect of self, could the hidden hand be the self? The glory is within us all, teaching us all through the aspects that I just explained. And of course, the glory is without us as well, meaning on the outside, displaying as well. All one has to do is be silent, pay attention. If you say, I can't learn from life like you do, Solace, then shut up when I'm speaking and pay attention. Pay your dues first. That ought to go in with unconscious and awake. Inhale, exhale. Not being funny either. Now, if you have any questions or something you want me to touch on, comment now. Thanks again, Chanel X, for the give back. Whoever else wants to give back, you can do so by clicking the title. My links are there. Now I'm going to take a bathroom break. If any of you guys have questions, right? Or topic, I mean, not a question, but you know. Oof. True, Chris said, may you touch on the angel of death. If you're a channel, or you're not, I'm going to say if you're a channel member, I have a whole video with images explaining. But the angel of death, all these aspects of life y'all heard of, they within self. Aspects of self are things one must conquer. Look at everything as consciousness. You have things that's in support of consciousness that has to do with self, and you have things that support the unconsciousness of yourself. You are not knowing things like that go to the unconscious, the darkness of self. And so you get it? Look at the negativities and the positivities of life. Negativities go to the darkness, positivities to the light. Everything is serving either side in reality. You have to learn to discern the two and start transcending the things that go with the dark. With self. And then without, or outside of self. Now I'm getting a little tired. I start my days early. 5:30-ish or so. Servant, I don't understand your question. You said how to... Did I make it come extra close? Should be fixed enough. I don't understand what you mean when you say how to implement motivation for the wandering spirit of self. I have a lot of terminology. Keep things in real life, like reality talk. See how when I'm speaking of the darkness, I'm crystal clear, like I'm speaking of the unconsciousness. Yeah. I'm giving you references and whatever you follow. Y'all just be speaking like everybody is the follower of whatever y'all are in that. You get it? I'm speaking terminology. Y'all understanding ain't a no. It's a I heard. In that, if I say like, what are you saying exactly? Y'all don't know. True, Chris said physical life is dream stuck. It's good you've been listening, champ. Now I'm about to depart. If y'all don't have any questions off topic. The main thing is try to stay positive. Look at the negative things. It's just like little things to conquer. Not defeat. Conquer. Like, to be cool. You get my point? What gets your job like that in life? You got relationships that have become damaged. You have a lot of damage. Fix it. It ties into you feeling good and being able to, you get it? Move forward in life with no resistance and drag. So look at it like that. Y'all have haters, bad relationships, animosities with self, guilt with self, hate with self. I'm naming all those things so you can grasp. These is all aspects of resistance, are things that's going to work against you. And so while y'all striving to do whatever y'all trying to do in life, all you have to do is fix those things, or as much of it as you can. And that You get my point? No grief. Everything be good for you from then on, you know. Work on yourself, the bettering of yourself, keeping yourself positive, not having to be dependent on others making you positive or happy. If somebody else has to make you happy, so you're basically just sucking their happiness. You have to be happy, they have to be happy, and you know, together, neither one of y'all are sucking the other dry. Y'all are just happiness being projected out to whoever's around. They'll receive it, and it serves the greater good. Now the wise one is departing. The sex symbol. The most handsomest man breathing. Make sure y'all document that. You like to say wise niggas was ugly. Not this one. Salam.